Well, welcome to another brief video update. Since I last spoke to you, I'm delighted to be able to say that we've now been able to host a few events back on site, and it's really hard to put into words just how that feels, to be able to meet together again physically and to see each other in spite of all the precautions that we need to follow. And last Sunday was another really important milestone for us as we welcomed back a number of young people and children and parents back onto the premises for the first time since March. I thought it might be really helpful for you to hear for yourselves how that went. Firstly from Ginny, who's working with some of our younger children, and then a perspective from Florence Akende, one of our parents. I began by asking Ginny how she felt about seeing some of our younger children returning and how they got on.
It was great to welcome children back on Sunday. It was really lovely. It's so nice that we've got this well planned out. This isn't just something that we've been planning for this week. This has happened over a number of weeks and we've got it down to a fine art now. It really was very, very safe. The children that came back, the parents were happy that we got this running well. The children felt safe, they interacted well, and it was such a delight to have them in. It was really wonderful. I would just encourage anybody who's thinking about bringing their children back into Sunday school. There really isn't a safer way to do this than we're doing already. We're doing it in early learners, we're doing it in Sunday school, and it would be fantastic to see you. Please come.
Hi, this is Florence Akende, and I hope everyone is well. Last Sunday, I attended church physically for the first time since March, and it was a lovely experience. It was very nice to see people I hadn't seen for about 6 months. It was lovely to hear the sermon from the front. Actually, it was really comforting to see how much work has gone in to make sure that the church is safe and feels safe. So I'm hoping to be able to see more of you in the coming Sundays.
We have deliberately chosen to move slowly but steadily in terms of reopening because we want you to feel safe, feel that it is safe to do so. And I am really grateful for those who've been working so hard behind the scenes on our risk assessments and helping us to get our building ready, along with those who've returned to work with our young people and with our children. We're now at a stage where we sense that we can widen the invitation just a little bit further. So from this Sunday, we're making some more spaces available here in the main worship area behind me. We will continue to give priority to parents of returning children, but we do have some spare capacity that we would love to open up this coming Sunday. So if you would like to join us on this Sunday or on Sundays that follow, then you will need to book in advance. We're asking all adults, including parents, to use the link to the Eventbrite webpage that you'll find in the description below this video. This will ensure that you have a safe place to sit, and also it will ensure that we can respect the social distancing guidelines that are in place. If you're not sure how to book, then please just ring Andrew at the church office. As with last week, we are asking our children's group to use different entrance points, starters, followers and pilgrims, that's school years 3 to 6, will enter and be collected through the double doors leading to the sports hall of the small car park to the right of the church building. Intrepid, that's school years 7 to 9, will enter through the atrium doors, and Next Gen, years 10 to 13, will enter down the right-hand side into the garden and in through the double doors. We would ask that all children and young people be prepared to queue at a 2-metre distance while symptoms are checked and hand sanitising is carried out. It would also really help us in our planning for the children to know if you're coming. So if you can let the relevant leader know, that will be really helpful. For parents and other adults, use the one-way system entering into our main worship areas through the double doors at the front of the building. Masks do need to be worn in this area at all times unless you have a medical exemption. Now, we recognise that not everybody's going to feel comfortable to return, especially as cases of COVID-19 continue to rise. And for that reason, we're going to ensure that we continue to provide our Sunday services online. We want to respect the fact that we are all dealing with this pandemic in different ways. Some of you may remember back at the start of the year when the title for our teaching series was Wilderness Worship. Little did we know what lay ahead. In many ways, it still feels like we are journeying with God through the wilderness, and our aim as leaders through this period is to provide our church family with regular oases at which we can be refreshed with living water as we feed together on God's word and as we encourage each other along the way. So let me remind you again of the regular opportunities that we have to meet together as we head into these autumn months. Come on a Sunday morning if you can. Spaces are limited, so let's make sure we give everyone who wants to come the opportunities to do so. That will be at 10:30 a.m. each Sunday morning as we meet for a short time of worship around God's word and as our children and young people meet in the rear of our premises. Come next Wednesday evening for our second communion service at 7:30 p.m. And as with our morning services, you can book that event on Eventbrite or call our church office. Come on Monday lunchtime if you're able to, or join us on a Sunday night by Zoom for times of prayer. Or if you're not just comfortable about returning right now, then do continue to join us online on a Sunday morning. And if things go according to plan, then in a few weeks' time, we want to begin live streaming our Sunday services so that we can enjoy more of a sense of meeting together at the same time again. Finally, as ever, all of our plans are subject to change, and we will keep a constant eye on any changes or recommendations that we need to make about meeting together safely. These are strange and challenging times for us as a church, aren't they? And as I prepared to record this update, my thoughts have been drawn back to Moses and how God's presence determined the route and the pace of the journey. By his Spirit, we have a God who guides and comforts and strengthens and equips his people. That guidance rarely comes in the form of a detailed map with a marked out route. It comes more often through God's word as a lamp to our feet that shows us the next step that we need to take. So may we know and experience the words of comfort and assurance that God gave to Moses in Exodus 33. My presence will go with you and I will give you rest.